Hi guys, welcome back for another video. Let's get this going. We are making cold process soap today, and these are some of the items that you will need to successfully make soap. That is a stick blender that I will be using to mix the oils and the water lye mixture, a digital thermometer that allows me to test the temperatures at mixing and during the process, safety goggles, safety gloves, mixing silicone spatula, or you can also use stainless steel. The spatula is just easy enough to get all of the batter out of your containers. That is your ventilation mask or protective mask so you don't breathe in the fumes from the lye mixture. Mixing containers. I'm making a 5-pound batch today. That big pitcher is for your water. The small pitcher is for your lye. Then you will add your lye into your water, never the reverse, because if you pour water into lye, you can have a nice little explosion, and lye does burn. It is the same lye content that you would find in perms. However, when you mix lye, water, and the oils, it goes through a chemical process called saponification, and after that is done and your soap has cured, your result is soap. There's no more lye content in the soap, so it is safe to use. Okay, over here are the 2 molds that I will be using. Each one holds about 2.5 to 3 pounds of soap. Those are extra 1-pound molds that I will probably end up using because I'm going to overflow the other 2. In the back is 2 Ziploc bags full of 2 loaves of soap that I made that I didn't like how they came out, so I'm rebatching them into another soap mixture, and the inside of the soap will look like confetti with those colors. The blue and the brown is Egyptian musk. And this one over here is rosemary mint at the moment, but that little vial down there is a scent that smells like chocolate. So I think I'm going to add it into the new batter and hoping that the scent will smell like mint chocolate chip ice cream. I forgot to mention also for this you also need a digital scale. Everything is measured out in ounces. This is the lye that I am using. It's Crafter's Choice lye, ordered from Wholesale Supplies Plus. They are a good soaping or cosmetic supply place where you can get oils, butters, lye, fragrance oils, colorants. We won't be using any colorants today because I already have the chunks that are already colored. This is the lye unmixed. I am actually going to take it outside because I'm soaping in my basement, and as you know, basements don't have a lot of ventilation. And you should be in a well-ventilated area before you mix any lye. So I'm going to measure out my water and aloe vera juice in here. And that is my lye. I'm going to carry it outside, mix it, and then I'll be back in to show you the rest of the process of making soap mixture. Okay, in that bowl is all of my hard and soft oils and stearic acid, which is on the top. Nothing caustic. It's just a hardener for the soap, so your soap will last longer. This I'm going to put into the microwave to make sure all of this is melted down completely in order to mix in with the mixture. Okay, see you soon. Okay, let's get started. We have everything ready, set, go. In this picture is my lye water mixture. I mixed it outside. Again, you add the water to the lye, not lye to the water. Otherwise, you can have a volcano or a lot of splashing or an explosion that can be very dangerous to scald you and burn you with the lye. Okay, when I first mixed the lye was at 177 degrees. Right now, it is at 123. My oil mixture is at 131. You would like to mix within 10 degrees of each other, so I am perfectly fine. You can also still let this cool down to room temperature and mix it. However, because there's hard butters inside of here and the stearic acid, when it gets to room temperature, it can solidify back up. So that is why I am mixing at a warmer temperature. Also in my melted oils is kaolin clay, which makes the bar a lot smoother and feel more luxurious as you're putting on your skin. Also gives you that feel of having a clay treatment at a spa or something like that. I'm going to mix the batch fully, and then I'm going to separate it out in order to mix with the colored chunks that I have. Okay, let's get started. To begin, you pour the lye water mixture over into the oils. And I like to pour mine on the handle of the stick blender. It cuts down on potential splashback on you. And you go pretty slow so you don't get any splash. And also it cuts down on the bubbles that you may get in your mixture. And just give it a little tap. Try to get as much of the lye water mixture out of the container as you possibly can. Okay, and it's in there. And my mix is already actually heating up pretty good. So I'm hoping that this doesn't go hard in this container, because it can. And then you want to tap the stick blender to get the air bubbles out, because you don't want the air pockets inside of your soap. Okay. Sorry if this is kind of loud. What I'm doing is blending the lye mixture with the oils, and you wanted to get it to what's called a trace. And if you're thinking about a trace, you're thinking about when you make a cake batter and you lift the spoon out of the cake batter and you get that little swirl on the top. That's called trace. And I don't think I'm going to have very much time to work with this because it's getting thick already. So let's go. I don't know if you can see that. See that in the center? And I know they have said stearic acid speeds up trace, and yes, they are absolutely right, because see that? That's trace. And I haven't even got it all incorporated yet, because you can still almost see some of the oils floating on the outside. It's not all one consistent color. So I'm blending a little bit more before I separate it out. Okay, that looks pretty good. See how I saw got the little lines on the top? I don't know if you can see that really. See that? Lines on the top. That's the trace. Let me stand my mess back up here. This is just an empty bowl that I have my utensils in as I use them. Okay? This is what we'll do. We'll take it here, over there, and we'll use the lye water pitcher. It's more sturdy, won't fall over. Okay? And we are at trace or emulsification mix, meaning the lye water and the oils is all incorporated together. And since I'm making two different loaves with different scents, I'm going to separate out the batter. Take the stick blender out. Okay. Give it a little stir with my spatula. And I want to separate this out to like 2.5 to 3 pounds. Which means I need to separate out a little bit, almost 42 ounces into another container. So I have zeroed out my scale. Yeah, it's thickening up pretty darn good. So I'm going to mix, 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 and get going. Okay, that's right at 40. Okay, set this off to the side for a second. We're going to do the Egyptian muslin first. So I'm not even worried too much about how much weight I add to it with this. I'm just going to add a whole bunch of it. Okay. And that brings my batch weight up to like 57.60 ounces. These molds hold like 52. Okay. This is an additional fragrance oil. I probably should have poured it into the straight batter, but it's okay. pour it into the batter. Take this off the scale. And I'm just going to give this all a good mix with the spatula. And if you can, I don't know if you can notice it or not, but the fragrance oil did loosen it up some. I think I'm going to add some more of the chunks into this. It seemed like, yeah, I think I'm going to, ooh, that smells wonderful. If you ever smelled Egyptian musk, this smells wonderful. This soap will probably be finished curing in about 4 to 6 weeks. So it is September now, so probably mid-October. I'll come back on and let you guys know when it'll be ready after I calculate out the time. And if you're interested, you can get it on my Etsy shop. Because if I have enough of it, some will be here and some will go to the All Things Detroit Festival that I'm doing. I'm just going to go ahead and add all of these. And mix them in really good. Now these soap things that are already in here are already cured. That was soap that was all ready to use. But I decided I didn't like the way it turned out, so I opted to remix it. Okay, that's pretty good. Everything is nicely incorporated, so it is time to spoon this over into the mold. Because I know if I pour, I might not get as many chunks going into it, but I'll try it first. If I have to mix it up in the mold, then I will. Tap that off. I don't want to stick it back down in the other batter because that is unscented and that is for the other one. Okay, let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, that works. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be okay. See if I can get a little bit on the edge here without it overflowing. Okay, it's in there. Now I'm going to tap this down on the ground to get any excess air bubbles out of the mold. And that's it. That's that one. Let's see how much I got left to fill these. Tray for these because you need to be able to bang it down. Okay. Cool. I need one. I don't think this one is probably going to hold together very well because it might not be enough of the liquid batter to form around the pieces. But if not, hey, I'll put it inside of a soap saver crochet bag that I use for soap scraps. And I'll just use that as my washcloth and keep it going. I'll show you guys that at another time. That allows you to use up every last drop of your soap without wasting anything. Okay. That's that one. Well, it might be okay. Tap it also to get the air bubbles out. And that's it. I'll be right back to show you the other one.